Okay, Ryan, thank you again so much for setting us up. Okay, Ti, listen, you know, I feel like Savannah is your second home. Would you agree with me on that when you come down here?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Savannah definitely man, one of the first places outside of Atlanta to embrace me and actually just show the rest of the world, how much support they have for me.
So I can't say enough. I have to tell you that yes, I'm here for G100 and the Salute to Summer concert, but you were a part of my wedding, so we came out to bring them out. I told my husband because I'm an Atlanta native. My husband, he's from above Atlanta. We are true and true TI fans.
Man,
I
thank
wouldn't even
you.
be sitting here without motivation. That was like my soundtrack to do anything in this business. So I have to pay respect to how many people you have pushed for and push for the South. And so we are so just thankful for you, sir. Just know that
Thank
down
you.
here and across our area. But let's talk about you coming down next Tuesday. Salute to Summer.
Okay.
Celebrating our military, showing them love, and hitting the stage at this big show at Donovan Field. Talk to me about that and you coming down.
Man, it's just I'm ecstatic, a lot of excitement. Love to come and represent with the troops, support the troops. They do so much on our behalf, just day in, day out, year round. So just to have have an opportunity to be a part of, a happy time, a kickback for them, and we're gonna turn up and celebrate them the right way.
So, have you ever done a show with the country dude Riley Green, or is this the first time y'all are going to actually like be on the same stage together?
Man, I don't know. We could have, perhaps in passing somewhere at a festival or something like that. I really don't know, but I'm looking forward to it. I'm gonna take it all in.
I was gonna say, will we get a Ti country album? We're gonna talk about. We got lots of things in the pipeline. But do you see with Beyonce, everybody else doing country? Could that be a thing that we see you dibble and dabble into?
Well, my one of my good brothers from Bankhead, Blanco Brown, he and we already had put out a song, um and Trap Back Jumping. And we have an album worth of material that we could share the world whenever we deem appropriate. You know what I'm saying?
That's a G100 exclusive. I'm gonna take that we could have it. We could have that country album by 2025. I'm excited.
Okay. Well, now it wouldn't be your traditional, conventional country. This would be like trailer trap music. You know what I'm saying? It'll be, it'll be much more, bankhead than you would be expecting.
So, okay, you say that, and we have to think as an Atlanta person, like Bankhead now becoming Hollowell. It's very crazy. It's very crazy to see how gentrified a lot of things are. I know there's a lot of
Mm.
politics back and forth into that. To ADD for a little bit, what does it feel like for the Trap Museum, your Trap Symphony concerts? You have like, how does it feel to see all of our conversation about the trap evolve and almost an
Mm.
appreciation for just culture and culture of coming up out of all these zones, right? Zone 3, zone 4, like what does it feel like to see the whole world get behind that?
Man, I mean, to be honest with you, not just for myself, but for people who are still enduring those environments and, are still faced with the task of overcoming those circumstances, it makes me feel great that we started something and contributed to something that makes sure that those people know that they are not in it alone. So I think that's the most humbling part of it.
And I've heard your restaurant's really good too. There's a restaurant in there, right?
Yeah, yeah, Trap City Cafe.
I have to ask
Restaurant, lounge, speakeasy,
all the things when you
comedy
go to.
club on Wednesdays.
Okay, let's get into comedy. So first of all, when we saw this was trending on the internet for a while. Ti is doing
Ooh.
comedy shows, and I think people are like, oh, like because you're a person that could show up to a lot of places, right? You could shut Houston's down. You could do all kinds of things. I used to work at Houston's back in the day. I was so glad that I no longer work there. But you were doing a lot of things, right? You were standing up for the city of Atlanta. You single-handedly in the press conference declared us Wakanda, right? So talk to me
Uh,
about now hitting the comedy circuit and how you crossed over. I would say if people follow, they'd be like, he's funny, he's entertaining, but how did you decide to do that as the next move in your career?
To be honest, I just try to challenge myself as much as possible. I just, do my best to continue to evolve as an artist. And comedy is always something that I've had an immense amount of love, respect, and appreciation for. A lot of my good friends are comedians, and I hang out at the comedy club. My wife and I, we've been going on date nights at the comedy club since 2000, 2001. And it's just always been a big part of my life. And anybody who know me personally, they know how healthy of a sense of humor I have. But I mean, people. Maybe I had not put out enough, indication that this type of thing would be, a possibility for me. But people just gonna have to, they're just gonna have to grow with me and learn to love it because it's peaceful for me. It's therapeutic, and I enjoy it.
We need to laugh. I would say for sure
Yeah.
we all need to laugh as hard as possible. And it releases good drugs, right? What is it? Dopamine or endorphin, something. It's within that. But talk to me because
Definitely endorphins
you
and dopamine both come from, I believe, the amygdala.
there you see, there you go. Science lessons right here, folks. Talk to me about this passion for comedy has now led you to bringing to life your own independent comedy film, your directorial debut
Mm,
of Partments. Tell me a little bit more, because
yes.
like you said, you bring first of all, Lil Duval, DC Young Fly, Carlos Miller. Talk to me about this when we get to see it, experience it, all of those good things, please.
Well, man, it was an honor and a privilege working alongside all of those juggernauts in comedy. And it was also just even more of a pleasure to be able to collectively do it together independently without asking for anyone's permission. DC Young Fly, Carlos Miller, and Lil Duval, they all produced it with me. And we just, wanted to tell a story of our community, our people, unapologetically, and speak a language that only we and they would be able to understand. Because everybody in the cast got a little Section 8 in them. You know what I'm saying? So we all know what it's like, walk past the candy lady on your way to school. So I think that it's just refreshing, man, for us to be able to be a voice for our people and tell the stories of our communities.
So I want to bring this all together
Oh,
because
I'm sorry. I'd be remiss to say it's on All Black right now.
okay,
All Black, you can go and stream it right now. I think All Black is available through new Prime subscription or something like that.
excellent.
Um, and they've been phenomenal partners, and the people have really supported it. They really have.
Congratulations. And I want to
Thank
bring it
you.
all together. The fact that you will be down here in the 912 celebrating our military, but inviting everyone across our community to show
Yeah.
support to our military at Donovan Field on the Fort Stewart base. It's so major. But you've also still got new music that's out there too. And so you're still a music man, Mr. Trouble Man, but putting out, and this is I feel like we have seen in your career you showing love to the people who have been with you, right? So like Falant back in the day, like you've always incorporated them. So you've teamed up with NBA Youngboy. Please say the title correctly so I do not mess it up in this recording. So I get it right. So share that with me, please.
Long live OG Clay
There
is
you
the
go.
name of
Okay,
it.
perfect. Thank you. So tell me a little bit about this song. Tell me about just the inspiration behind it, Tip.
This record is a testament and a dedication to one of the most significant contributors to my career and my legacy, my journey, my manager, friend, mentor, um, Clay Evans. He passed last year, and I just wanted to commemorate his life and show the world how special he was to us. And it always comes out through music. And NBA YoungBoy just happened to reach out and ask me to get on a record, and that was the record he sent me. And that's what I was going through at the time. I think I did it like a day before his funeral. So that's what I was going through. That's all that was in my world that was going on at this time. So it was very easy. All I had to do was open my mouth, and the words just flew out. and the record was just, it had so much genuine heart to it that, after he said he wasn't going to use it on his project, I asked him if I could use it, and he gave it to me, and we've been putting it in motion ever since.
What does it take to do a record with you? Because I don't feel like you hop on everyone's song. So what does it take? Because I'm sure people hit you up all the time. What makes you say yes, and what made you say yes? Obviously, being able to honor Clay, but what made you say yes to NBA YoungBoy?
Well, for Young Boy, man, I feel like a collaboration is optimal. It's at its grandest proportions when you have two people who have a significant level of success in separate demographics, if you will. So I feel like, an ability to speak to the youth, and the people who Young Boy, who he represents, speak for, and who follow him. That's, I think, that's always gonna be a welcomed opportunity.
Are
And he dope, and he dope, and he dope. Like, I think that's the main thing. You got to be dope.
right. I was gonna say, I feel like that's probably right there at the top of the list where you're like, is this person worth me putting my name and my whole, my attaching them?
Well, I mean, as artists, man, we have an integrity, an artistic integrity about us that we always want to put ourselves in the position to do dope, creative content. You know what I mean? And we want to collaborate with people who are also pushing themselves to do the dopest, most creative content that they can. So, anytime we can collab together, I think that's a win-win.
Yeah, and I think what's really dope is you're still relevant. Like you're not trying to stay relevant, which I think can be a really hard thing, but you're still relevant. And so let me ask you this, because I trust your
Uh,
opinion. Are you team Kendrick
okay.
or team Drake?
Man, yeah, I myself, I feel like that's for like the fans, and the people in the stands to do. You
Okay.
know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I feel like we all on the court together, and I know both of them brothers. Uh, I'm not, what I'm saying? I wanna make sure I show love to both of them. It's a hell of a battle, and I think they both, man, leaving it all on the flow. And I think they both coming from, you know, two different worlds. They offer two different perspectives. And they've been a voice for a crowd of people for quite some time. Kendrick, I've known since, before he put out his first project. Drake, I knew before he dropped his first project. And, just to be able to witness their evolution, you know what I mean? I think that's the true, like, that's the real win for a person like me to be able to sit in my seat and be able to say, man, I watched giants grow
Hmm.
from, conception. And I think that's the beautiful thing about being in the spot that I sit.
So that was a very diplomatic answer. Does that
Yeah,
mean that you will
yeah,
be
yeah.
running for office with that diplomatic
Nah,
answer?
not at all,
Will we
man.
ever see Clifford Harris on the ballot for the state of Georgia, the city of
Nope,
Atlanta?
nope.
Okay.
I'm not interested in involving, myself in politics too deeply. Uh I I'm a man of the people, I just want to continue to be a vessel for God will, and continue to do what I can for the people in the community who've been supportive of me for so long.
Okay. I received that no right now.
I'm
I feel like the city of Atlanta would
I'm in the for-profit business. You know what I'm saying?
high five on that one. Let me ask you, what does it feel like? I know that we've grown up with your family. We have grown up with, been a part of your marriage. What does it feel like to always have the world in your business? I think it's really hard for y'all to be y'all. Would you agree? Because there's constantly cameras and cell phones and blogs and stuff like
Yeah.
that.
I mean, man, it's it's challenging at times. But all in all, I think as long as it comes from a genuine place of love and appreciation, I think that, it can be worked through, not just tolerated, but it could be acknowledged and received correctly, as long as it comes from a genuine place of love and appreciation. And no matter how challenging it get, though, no matter how frustrated we may be, we just continue to remind ourselves that we live in our dream, and the challenges we face, it sure beat that air mattress, because we could be it could be a whole lot different. So I just appreciate being appreciated.
Well, and let's talk about legacy, right? You're a dad, you are a grandfather, you've got your kids from Damani to King, I mean, to Eris. What does it feel like to see them, and from curating music festivals to being nominated for awards to putting out their own?
Mm.
Talk to me about that.
Ah man, I think that's God's greatest gift to me, to be able to be their pops, and to be able to contribute, not just contribute, but cultivate uh, their path of their journey, and just to watch them grow and evolve, and shift their consciousness to be the people that they are today. Man, it's impressive. I'm impressed with each and every last one of my children. Every time I see them, I just, I marvel at what God can do. I remember when I found out I was having my first child, and my circumstances were exponentially different. You know what I'm saying? I was living with my mama, riding a bike up and down Bankhead, doing stuff I ain't had no business doing, trying to, stack my paper and get on my feet. By the time my first child came, I was signed to a record label, working on my album, and beginning my career, beginning my journey as an artist. And every time I had a child, I just leveled up in some way, shape, form, or fashion. So they've been blessings, nothing but blessings to me.
I think it's an incredible journey, and I will say, y'all, I know that you will be out to cheer on Tip and Riley Green and all the things going down at the Salute 4 Summer Show, celebrating our military, taking over
Right on.
build. I will say that watching as a young girl coming up in Atlanta, watching Grand Hustle and watching what y'all did with mixtapes from the street, like, right, we think about people like Nip, and we think about, obviously there was a lot of BMF stuff going on at the same time, but when you think about Grand Hustle, and I remember when
Mhm.
Hannah used to be a hostess at the Shark Bar, okay, like that.
Yep.
To think about what you were able to do, not just for yourself, but for the city of Atlanta, for the South, and that literally, like you said, that the influence of trap, where you were just trying to just elevate your circumstances, that people
Mm.
would be moved, but also personally thinking like, if you had not been what you had gone through and what you have faced, it wouldn't have spoken to other young people like myself who were like, I'm just trying to make it, right? Like I'm trying to get
Right.
out of this street team or part-time position at 95.5 The Beat so I can do something with my damn life one day. But
Right.
to think about that, that's how much your life, like your circumstances, have moved all of us. And you know your fan base is strong, but to also see you keep evolving and showing people that
Mm.
you can stay true, you can stay culturally relevant, you can speak out on issues, and you don't have to compromise. That's big, sir. So thank you. Thank you
Man.
for
The
that
the
commitment.
glory, the glory goes to God. I'm just an instrument. I just, I just listen to the calling of the spirit as it touches me and moves me to do certain things, whether it's believable or not, whether it seems impossible or not. And I think the universe and God just keep blessing me with, with opportunities to expound upon the things that I've already been able to do well in my career. And that's, that's a gift. So I don't take it for granted. I truly appreciate it. I'm humbled by people like you who take their time out, and the fans. Because no matter how good I am, if ain't nobody listening, then what's the point? You know what I'm saying? So I really do appreciate it, and I'm humble, and I thank you
We can't
tremendously.
wait to see you and tell Tiny,
Right
tell all
on.
the kids, tell all the grandkids, tell all the fam what's up. Do me a favor, make sure you tell people all the ways to follow, stream, watch the movies, stay connected, keep up with the comedy, like all the things you're doing, sir.
Right on. Okay, so I'm at TIP on all platforms. Wherever you're looking for me, you can find me at TIP. The film Departments, one of the funniest hood comedies that you're gonna see, not just this year, next year and the year before that too. the year before last year. The funniest. I guarantee you. You can see it at all black on all black streaming platform. But that don't mean only black people can see it. I mean, you know what I'm saying? You know, our Caucasian counterparts, you are also welcome to come and partake in laughter with us. And you know what I'm saying? You can I guess look at the Haha Mafia page on Instagram, and you'll see, like, you know, when we're doing comedy shows around the country. Um, we're enjoying ourselves, selling at comedy clubs around the nation, having a great time doing it. And I continue to just, you know, tap in with y'all, let you know what I'm up to, man, periodically.
We can't wait. Donovan Philjaw, Tuesday, June 8th.
Yeah.
Come out, and it leads right into Juneteenth. It's the perfect way to kick off the whole Juneteenth official
Indeed.
celebration.
All right,
We'll
then.
see you out there. Thank you so much, Tip. Thank you, Ryan, for
Thank
making this
you.
happen.
All right, now. Love.